Thanks for watching The 9.
All right, we're getting ready. We're getting ready to go after it, right? Some spring sports, bumps and bruises. We know that's part of athletics, but with spring sports starting up, there are ways to make sure young athletes stay on the field and maybe older athlete wannabes stay out of the doctor's office. Dr. Brian Acker is with Michigan Orthopaedic Surgeons, and we brought helpers here. Why don't you introduce us to the kids, Doctor?
Yeah, these are our helpful volunteers. This is William and Madeline. They're going to show us some of the techniques we can use to keep ourselves on the field and out of our office.
Let's talk about, so we got youth sports kicking in, but also for people who aren't necessarily playing an organized sport, you want to get out there and get busy. So let's talk about the importance of warming up, whether you're going for, we're always preaching about how you need to go for a walk every day, right, Doctor? Would you say that?
Yeah, some baseline level of activity is very important.
Yes.
Yes, and then is an exciting time for us in Michigan to get outside and be more active for a lot of our activities.
But you need to warm up the muscles first?
Correct. To warm up and a cool down are also very important to get the blood flowing, get our ligaments and joints primed to be able to do what we're asking of them.
Okay, good. So let's talk about the warm-up. Is stretching part of the warm-up?
Stretching is a good part of the warm-up, and also in preparation for us for our entire season, really, to be able to avoid those injuries we're trying not to have.
When you talk about, let's demo one of the stretches, then I'm going to ask you about what it's doing for us.
So there's a couple of important problem areas that we commonly have too much stiffness, and it leads to us being too exposed to injury. Everyone ideally should be able to touch their hands behind their back. Many of us can't, including myself.
Okay, wait, I'm going to try it. So tell me what I do, William.
So this arm's going to go, and to rotate, this one's going to go.
Okay, and I'm going to turn around.
Yep.
Oh, there, I got it.
She's doing a pretty good job there.
Okay.
So a lot of us cannot do that, and so that's one thing would be a good measuring stick for us to have good shoulder mobility.
Okay.
So one of the ways we can work on this before we start our sports is to use something that's laying in our house, like a towel or a t-shirt, and be able to grab this behind our back and both pull our arm up and down to work on the stretching. Yeah,
Madeline, show us how we do it. Give us a little spin around there. There you go. You got it.
There you go. And so that's both externally and internally rotating our shoulders, and then obviously we can switch and do the other shoulders. Okay, and now is that something all ages should be doing? Absolutely.
Just to keep regular looseness.
We tend to lose some of this as we get older, so more important for older ages, but everyone should have a good full range of motion.
So William is sitting down, which is good, a good way to demonstrate how if you have limited mobility, you can still do some of this stuff.
Exactly. Many of these things can be done without having to get down on the floor like Madeline will, or if we're starting out, if we're really inflexible, be able to get into it and then eventually progress to more advanced moves.
All right. Any other moves that you want to show us?
Yeah, I was going to say the couple of problem areas we typically have. Another one is our spine, our back. We spend a lot of time sitting, hunched. We lose a lot of this extension in our back, so we can do these so-called cat-cow stretches where we're working on full extension, flexion of our back, and you can do this both from a seated position.
There's the cat, and then you sink down into cow.
Yeah, I don't know why it's called cow, but that's what it's called.
I know, that's a good yoga move, though.
The next area is our hips can be very tight.
Good job, Madeline.
So we can work on both the internal external rotation of our hips, so the so-called 90-90 stretch, where we flip our hips back and forth, and this can be done also from a seated position in the chair. Okay. Again, if we have trouble getting up and down on the floor. And then
William, how did you get the chair and Madeline is stuck on the floor? Can you explain that?
I don't know.
Are you the older sibling?
Yes.
All right, so you feel like you're the boss.
I think she's just more flexible.
Yeah. All right, she's doing good. Okay, good job, guys.
And then lastly, our ankle can be very stiff. That can really drive a lot of what our lower extremities do and put our knees in bad positions. So working on getting our ankles mobile, particularly with that dorsiflexion or your toes pointing toward the ceiling, by bringing your foot back underneath yourself in your chair, having your weight come over your ankle. You can do it from a standing or so-called runner stretch also can really help.
Ankle does seem to be take a lot of abuse, and it's such a little tiny part that we kind of ignore. All right, good stuff. Guys, thank you. What are you looking forward to in the spring? Any particular sport real quick?
Baseball.
Baseball, yes.
Softball.
Oh, nice. Good. I love it. I love it. I have a baseball, softball family. Michigan Orthopaedic Surgeons, by the way, there you see the website if you want to jump on, if you need some help. Doctor, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. You did great.
Thank you.
Nice work. All right. We'll be right back.